Is it possible for a big corporate to innovate?
I think it's very difficult. And I think it's because the big corporates' goals are completely different than the startups. The startups are there to move fast, to disrupt, and have very little risk, right? There's not, I mean, you're starting with nothing. And as a big bank or as a big corporate, you are trying to consolidate and trying to avoid risk and trying to ensure that you know, that what you have stays together. So it's a very, very different way. And that's why obviously it's not, you know, it's not that the corporate has, as you grow and you get more you get bigger, you will have more rules. And I think, you know, the big companies that are trying to prove that wrong are the youngest company. The youngest group of companies that have become quite big in Silicon Valley, companies like Google and Facebook and etc. But, you know, even those companies are now struggling with corporate structures and things like that. You know, I think to innovate, trying to do it internally with your own staff and to create, again, things like, you know, intrapreneurial projects and things like that, I mean, they almost never work. Another big mistake I see is that then they try to do it through buying companies, but then completely take that company and implement it internally, right? Like, and then they take away the autonomy from that company, and all the innovation just goes away. You know, it's a difficult one. I don't have an answer to it, but it's a difficult one. And
I know.
I'm quite interested because I've been reading, and it's quite interesting to see the approach that the Foschini group has now taken. And what they've done is they're now on a big hiring spree and hiring a lot of people from Superbalist and Takealot and creating a whole separate department. And you know, and I also there, I hope for them that it's successful. But I think for them to be successful, they'll, as the wider company, they'll have to give those guys autonomy, and they'll have to really let those guys do their thing. Because as soon as the corporates are going to try to meddle and trying to steer those guys, then, you know, you lose the whole strength of what these guys bring. But yeah, we'll see. It's very young with them, so we'll see.